This is David again with Andrew Botsis and Amir Jahangari, and today we are going to be teaching you something that you can use in any spiritual situation, in any conflict or whatever else. We are going to be introducing you to the middle finger path. And this middle finger path is a spiritual middle finger. It's not just the average middle finger, it's a spiritual middle finger. And it is to be used judiciously when you have encountered situations which threaten your spiritual growth, when you've encountered situations which seek to retard your development and your evolution. The middle finger will be your wand to success. Andrew, talk about the middle finger path.
Let's start with, if somebody gives you the middle finger, you go, thank you, I know I'm number one. And it's not egotistically said. When you put up the middle finger and you define the middle finger path, that's saying what's between these, read between the lines. The middle finger is telling you, you are not in charge of me, I'm number one. Because so much of domination and control subtly wants you to conform. And the middle finger is about all of those subtle needs to make you conform to their point of view, their ideology. And when we start giving away our capacity to be because we're conforming, not just mask mandates, but let's just say the Don't Say Gay bill or any of these other political things that mean nothing to the true spiritual growth of a person, that wants you to get engaged in what? Warfare. Now, warfare comes on many levels. The middle finger can say, no, I'm not going to be a part of your war. I'm not going to give my blood, sweat, and tears to it. I'm going to give me first, my spiritual development first, in such a way that does not grant ego the narcissistic internal aspects to demand growth. Because all too often, the narcissist gets caught in a spiritual enlightenment trap. The middle finger path can be for a narcissist who's stuck on the path. Fuck you, my internal narcissist. I'm number one, not you anymore. And you can learn to find aspects of yourself, such as the defeater, and fire them, pink slip them, throw them out onto the spiritual curb because they're not serving you. And when we take acts like this that can be considered aggression or aggressive, we are moving forward in energy that's saying no more. And the middle finger path is truly about no more. I've had all I can stand. I can't stand no more. Popeye's eating his spinach, and I'm not chewing bubble gum, and I'm kicking ass.
Correct. Amir?
So the middle finger path is when you recognize a stupid card trick, a hustle, and you say, okay, I got no time for this. And this stupid hustle could be in many areas, internal and external. When you say, I see this stupid game and I refuse to give my energy to it. I've got better things to do. I've got more enjoyable things to do than what you playing this stupid card trick and then demanding energy from me, demanding money from me. So the middle hand path is part of common sense, where you see something parasitic and you say, no, thank you. I'm of the middle hand path. Middle finger path, yeah.
Yeah, and so the beauty of the middle finger path, it would be a natural reaction to if somebody was trying to hustle you and so on. It would be a natural reaction, but we're taking it and we're applying it in a spiritual context. And so what that means is the following. When you are telling yourself a lot of defeatist stuff inside, you need to be able to give yourself the middle finger. And I do mean like
literally,
David, right?
Yeah.
And moving forward, right? Externally, however, you're going to have to give the middle finger many, many times a day. You're going to have to give the middle. We're streaming this to Facebook. We are, right? And once again, gentlemen, I call for the middle finger. Facebook, You are not making anybody today, right, upset. You're not making us hate. You're not running me down a rabbit hole into left and right politics. You're not making me become a feminist or a misogynist or anything that has ism at the end of it. I am not interested in. Take that middle finger and, work with it, okay? Work with it by Facebook. And that's all the social media platforms. All of you can take the middle finger, because what we are here for on this platform to do is try to make people realize that they have choices.
That you're not stuck in the iron grip of mediocrity. The middle finger path is how you get out of mediocrity.
Yep. And here's the thing about it. When you understand the value of the middle finger, when all energy flows to it, and you put it out there into the universe for every negative entity that is out there, whether it be a corporate entity, a pharmaceutical entity, whether it be any kind of entity that wants to harvest energy from you, it is taking you off the treadmill of running, of arguing. And I don't mean debate, I mean arguing. Where you get online, you have your phone in your hand, and you're typing on that phone a bunch of negative shit. People are typing negative shit to you. You get into Twitter wars with people and so on and so on. And none of you win. You both lose. The house always wins is what Andrew likes to say.
So Sedona is the Las Vegas of sacred places. You never know what you're going to get, and the house always wins.
Correct. And in our digital age, the house always wins. You think Facebook cares whether y'all hate each other?
Nope. It wants you to hate them. It wants you to hate them.
Right? Because the truth of the matter is those negative emotions will keep you running on a treadmill. Let me explain how that works to you. How many of you right now love somebody so much that you will spend day in, day out, wake up and write shit in your phone to that person, okay? And how many of y'all are so triggered by your own little traumas, right? That you're on that phone in the morning, noon, and night, looking to see what this conspiracy theory says, that conspiracy theory says, and what has happened in the world. How many of y'all are following the Kardashians more than y'all are following your own family group chat?
Exactly. Here's an example. Today I was at the park, and this is not the first time I've seen this. Two people walking different directions, heading towards each other, both on their phone. Beautiful spring day. They run right into each other. Smack. I have seen this more and more every year. Last year, I probably saw it 3 or 4 times. Another thing, 2 people on bicycles looking at their phone. Bang, right into each other. That's how oblivious you become when this device sucks your soul away.
Yeah. And the middle finger path must be applied to every distraction, every harmful distraction. And again, electronic devices have their place and value, but too much of it becomes harmful. So it must be applied. Giving the middle finger to the phone. Okay, you've sucked up enough of my time with stupid garbage. I mean, speaking of Facebook or stuff on YouTube, not all of it is beneficial or educational. It takes you down a 20-minute, 30-minute rabbit hole of garbage. So please value your own life. Have the foresight to see the stupid hustle that it is, and say, the most valuable commodity is your time. The amount of time you have in this skin suit, in this incarnation, is limited. Don't just give it away. Don't squander it. Apply the middle finger path.
Who remembers the iPhone 6 and the Samsung Galaxy that came out? That was the first iPhone and Samsung Galaxy that put an app in there that measured how much time you were on each social media app. And I remember doing shows, talking to a person and going, you have this kind of phone? Yes. Hit this app. How many hours does it say? And do you know how many people lied to me? Lied? And then there's the ones that admit it. Because I'd ask them before you open that, how much hours a week are you on? Maybe 2 hours a week, and it turns out to be like 42 hours a week between 3 social media apps. That's how much your time can be stolen by these devices, which never allows you time to grow physically, mentally, or spiritually. Those people that were out walking in this park, okay, every now and then you get into big text, but when you run into someone, put the phone down.
Correct.
Today, the 2 people that walked into each other barely said, "I'm sorry," and kept going. It kept going, kept back typing.
You know, it's the universe giving you this kick in the butt. Hey, buddy,
Right.
you're going wrong. And they ignore the message from the universe. They, in fact, ignore the most fundamental rules of humanity, which is manners, which is courtesy. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Are you okay? Did I hurt you? But no, both of them, not just one, both drop back in and start texting.
Yeah.
You know, Andrew, you mentioned that the time that's being stolen. It's not just that they're robbed of their time and life force. What's given to them in return is all the range, all the colors of the rainbow in negativity.
Right. See, the most important meta teaching within the middle finger path is sovereignty. The whole point of being number one, me number one first, is to go into sovereignty. Now, sovereignty has a governmental term, a law term, a magical term, and then the individual term. All of those terms have to be evolved as a person is growing out of conformity and mediocrity and into a growth that is not selfish or narcissistic. And sovereignty and your internal definitions and how it evolves and grow will continue to teach you about the places in your life where you are not sovereign and you have to claw power back from those subject matters.
You know, guys, I want to say something here. I like to experiment because of my background with regard to data science. I like to experiment with social media. I do like to experiment. Now, what happens is that you have a flavor of the month topic that keeps people on a treadmill, and they keep changing it around, and more people get on the treadmill and so on. So I'm going to say some things there that a whole bunch of the audience are not going to like. You guys are not going to like what I'm about to say. The new thing is Russia's invasion of Ukraine. You want to know how I feel about that? I think it's wrong to invade another country. You think I'm going to lose my shit and turn my Facebook blue and yellow? No, I'm not going to do that.
Right, and throw away your years of work to get it to where it was?
I am not going to do that. I am not going to do that. You think I'm going to be getting into fights with people who are Russian? I'm not going to do that either. All right? You think I'm going to be online talking about shit? I went on my LinkedIn yesterday. Everywhere. Since when has LinkedIn become a political forum for people to say stuff? I can't escape it in my email, and I've said these things before. I am not on your treadmill, okay? I have no opinion. I fault not one side or the other. Don't try to invite me to any war party. I'm not interested. And so when the whole COVID thing came in, Andrew, we had a discussion about that. Mm-hmm. We had a discussion about that. You think I'm going to be vax or anti-vaxxer? I don't care, right? People will make the decisions and they will do what they have to do, okay? With regard to the UK and Russia thing, I am not taking any sides. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not taking sides, okay? Because at the end of the day, the 20,000-foot view is that human beings are human beings and they're going human beings gonna human being, okay? Right? They're going, listen, if it wasn't Russia, it's gonna be somebody else, right? This is where we are at. We're out here doing the drama cycle, right? So if I get upset that one person is doing what the drama cycle says that they should do, then I'm going to be upset permanently all my whole life. I have no intention of spending so much energy getting upset. I don't care about feminism. I don't care about racism. I don't care about any of these things, right? All of these things can hold this. I care about the energy and my own evolution. And you guys have got to take that kind of power back instead of getting involved. Whenever you say something like that, this is, Emma, we've done this before. On the right side of the spectrum, you're going to say, you lefty commies, y'all just believe in hugging trees. Y'all are not engaged in anything. Y'all don't stand for anything. On the left side of the spectrum, they're going to say, the fact that you're not with us means that you're supporting the right agenda, right? And I'm like, no, I am central. And I mean center of the hand too. This is the center of my hand. Okay, you can hold that on either side of the spectrum. So you guys, you gotta take back your power. Stop saying I'm on this side or on that side. How about just being silent and checking out what side your spirit is actually on? Because I can guarantee you, your spirit is not out trying to pick fights with people.
Or understand that the middle finger path can give you a way to say some words that can diffuse energy and define yourself without them making you conform. Example, middle finger path person can say something that is not derogatory, but dismissive. Okay? I don't need that point of view. I won't conform to this. I won't be a part of that. No, I'm going to choose alt center. So no matter everyone, the left and the right's always attacking the center. Well, I'm no longer that center. I'm an alternate center. Me first, middle finger path first. Your paths are to conformity and reduction of spirit. I'm for the evolution of spirit, the evolution of man, and non-conformity.
So the middle finger path is maturing mentally. Maybe people grow in body, but mentally they're like a 5-year-old. And we will see how easy it is to manipulate a 5-year-old and distract them, stop them crying by saying, oh, look at the nice birdies on the tree, right? Becoming an adult, by the truest sense of the word, is adopting that middle finger path. That, yes, I see these stupid, pointless games of distraction. I refuse to take part in any of these. I'm a grown human being in mind. I can see through the bullshit. And therefore, I apply the middle finger path. I've got more important things to do than give you my energy. I see the start of the game, I see the middle of the game, and I see the stupid end. It's all stupid. So middle finger path.
And if you're French, it's the at the same time. You put the whole arm into it. Exactly.
Now, here's the thing. When you are utilizing that middle finger, please utilize it with the purest of intention. So I want you guys to say, don't push the middle finger, because then you're going to trigger the other person. You're going to get into an argument about why your middle finger is up, right? But you have to look at the middle finger as a holy instrument of diffusion. Okay? This is a holy instrument of diffusion. It's like somebody comes, knocks on your door. Aren't you angry about this? Aren't you angry about that? Aren't you angry about the misogyny? Aren't you angry about the feminism? Aren't you angry about this? And you're just there like,
yeah.
No, I'm angry about you knocking.
Right? You're just there like,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm angry about you knocking on my door and forcing me to conform and listen to your garbage. Now get off my lawn.
Yes.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my property.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
I drop the middle finger.
like, move along.
Yeah, exactly. Move along. Move along. Move on, peon.
Right.
The middle finger path allows you to take the piss out of serious subjects, or to piss on serious subjects so they don't hit you with the wall of regret and shame, blame, and guilt because you didn't conform. Fuck you. I'm not conforming.
Yeah, because there has the insidiousness of some of this stuff, right? Now, they have refined the brainwashing techniques that they use to such an extent that it's like they come to your door, they say, like on the right side of the spectrum, aren't you against abortion? Babies are dying. Okay? So you're like, let me think about that. I think that you're I think that you're wrong, and I'm not taking part in whatever it is that you have for me. Take that, right?
Take that.
So
And I'm not on your side, and I'm not on your side and their side, and do not define me as on any side.
And they go away, and let's say, like a baby dies and says, you know, because of your inaction, your fact that you weren't involved in anything, you are part of the problem. I'm like, no, I'm not part of the problem. You are part of the problem.
Right.
Because you are trying to infringe upon the rights of others. You want to drag me into your shit, right? And all I have to do is sit in my lotus position and
exactly.
Right? That's all I have to do. I don't have to take part in your war. And so what usually happens in these situations is both sides want to drag the people that are in the center or the alt center to either side of the spectrum via argumentation and guilt and shame and stuff like that. And if you are listening to this broadcast and you resonate with us in that you don't want to be in anybody's army because you ain't gonna be the general, you're gonna be the foot soldier.
Cannon fodder.
Yeah.
Right?
So the middle finger path is your ability to maintain your humanity, the mighty human being, and refusing to become a hamster every time some idiot comes knocking at your door with their treadmill. Please come run on my treadmill for a bit. You say, I'm the mighty human. I'm nobody's hamster, bitch.
Like, can you imagine people give out, just run out of their house? They wouldn't get on their treadmill in their house, but they're going to run on somebody else's
That's right.
energy treadmill. Seriously, get on your treadmill first. Like, bitch, I'm on my treadmill. Like, how many treadmills do you want me to be on at the same time? I can't be on your treadmill. And the worst thing that I see in the gym, Andrew, in the gym, people are on treadmills and they're watching the news while they're running on the treadmill. I find that hilarious. And they're getting their daily dose of hatred while they're running on the treadmill. And they wonder why the gym is not working for them. Why do I still have heart problems? You're looking at Fox News, CNN, or whatever else on the treadmill. Yeah, you're gonna have heart problems because garbage in, garbage out, right? Energy in, energy out. You're getting harvested right on the treadmill in two different ways.
The world is full of distraction, and part of spiritual ascension is spiritual hygiene. And that means that you have the sacred responsibility of safeguarding your light. And we see these are all forms of pollution. None of these are pretty things. They're jam-packed with a cocktail of negativity: shame, blame, guilt, fear, hatred, racism, sexism, and all that stuff that you want to be above. So the middle finger path is exercising this sacred responsibility of safeguarding the purity of your soul, the purity of your energy and thoughts and emotions. Because once you get polluted, it's going to damage your aura, damage your mind, damage your body. And the middle finger path is a path to health and well-being.
And humor. Humor. You know the amount of humor I've gotten since I've signed on to the middle finger path?
And the thing we pretty much created it this past Saturday is where it evolved from a joke to actually talking about it. And here we are now doing another show about it, because not only did it have the humor, it had actual practical applications as a teaching.
I actually have energy running to my middle finger right now.
Literally, I think we were recording the spiritual hierarchy of healing, and afterwards we were talking. I'm like, we should just create something called the middle finger path, and it was done as a complete and total joke. But here we are now because the inspiration to be teachers, we've got to get out of the one niche teaching and give a broad set of teaching that can help people deal with the Kool-Aid salesman. The next time the Kool-Aid salesman comes to you, put up the middle finger. Don't give him the dollar.
And if you are too polite to put up the middle finger, then I suggest that you incorporate the middle finger path internally.
Yes.
Right? It'll give you untold hours of humor. Okay?
A heart middle finger. Your heart can give a middle finger. Okay? I still love you, but fuck no, I'm not having your Kool-Aid. So all you love and lovers out there, even, all you love and lovers can give out exactly a heart middle finger.
It's interesting. These are some of the Tibetan, pardon me, the Norse mudras on the elemental magic. So yeah, the heart's middle finger. Let's reinvigorate this.
Yes,
exactly.
And allow the world to see your light. Right?
Yes.
It is a protection. Let that be your wand. Let that be your rosewood wand, or whatever the case may be. Because honestly speaking, what is happening to our society today is that everybody's harvesting you. You can't escape anymore. We did a show about that. As long as you are within cell coverage, GSM coverage, you cannot escape the poison. So the only way to escape the poison is, as Andrew has said before, you gotta evolve where you are, right? Make that bubble and walk around with that force field everywhere you go, right?
Right.
So the practice itself is not mystical. Having the attitude to give the middle finger to stupid scams and treadmills, but the manifestation of that attitude and action is truly mystical. You're bouncing off, not even coming into contact with negative entities that you have no idea what kind of damage they intend for you. So the outcome is truly mystical.
Correct.
The middle finger path developed from spiritual insurrection, how to say no to spiritual domination and control. It's when you've practiced enough of the basics to go, I have a form of understanding of my reality, and I know between the ebb and flow of the way the global narrative works, the Kool-Aid salesman's going to come. The brownie salesman's going to come. The snake oil salesman's going to come. And we have to learn how to put up the middle finger before they come as a practice of foresight. Okay? Practice of foresight. So imagine your next 24 to 48 hours, how many Kool-Aid salesmen are going to come to your reality through the internet, through email, through anything? And can you develop a path that's precognitive middle fingering, saying no before it even gets there, and then when it gets there, its energy is muted enough to you to realize, wow, my precognitive middle finger has actually done something in my reality.
I would like to teach the audience something very practical. Sometimes it's not in your favor to rail against the wind or the ocean. Sometimes it's in your favor to get yourself a surfboard. Allow me to teach you how to get yourself the middle finger surfboard. First of all, Amir gave me a little bit of an idea. We're going to adapt one of the mudras, the Sin mudra. You see this finger? Do this with your index finger. Turn this around like this. And you have yourself the middle finger mudra, which you will sit down. And this is how we're going to harvest energy from the energy harvesters. They will come, you will sit down, and you will stay in your center. You will stay in your center and let that energy come at you, because they have to give you energy to get you on that treadmill, right? Let the energy come at you. Let your force field absorb the energy and become stronger as a result of it. Let it come. You see it. It comes. You allow it to come, and you harvest it yourself. Your middle finger energy and your little force field becomes stronger as a result of it. The more energy the harvesters put forward, the stronger it becomes. Right?
We are internal alchemists. And the path to sovereignty is alchemizing the energy in front of you.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Let
because
it grow.
energy is energy. In
Yep.
fact, what you're doing, you're taking it from a negative polarity into a positive. You're transmuting it and then adding it, strengthening yourself.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it does strengthen you. That the reward for alchemically transmuting the negativity into positivity will give you potential for manifestation. It will make you stronger. So the many, many teachings reflect the same principle as the middle path finger. So it's all coming nicely together.
Very, very interesting, gentlemen. And that is what we definitely would like to you guys to practice. Now, I know you guys are skeptical. I mean, like, what are David, Andrew, and Amir saying here? The middle finger, that sounds offensive. It's not offensive. You are reclaiming energy.
Your ability to be number one. Your ability to be number one. I am number one. That is what the middle finger path really means. I'm on the path to sovereignty, and I'm not buying your Kool-Aid, even if it's buy one, get one free.
Pretty much. Even if it's buy one, get one. That's funny.
Unfortunately, a lot of the Kool-Aid salesmen have good marketing.
Yes, and they will come to your door. They'll come through your. This is such a. It's a siege, you know. They'll come through your door. They'll come through your window. They'll come through your television set, your radio in the car. Like wow, guys, you gotta take that energy, transmute that, and make yourself more condensed, right? You have to make your energy more condensed and stronger and impervious to the stuff. Because honestly speaking, the amount of negativity out there, oh my God, can you imagine? It's like a smorgasbord of all the different kinds of negative energy that you can actually utilize for good stuff. Like, stop thinking about this whole negative situation as a negative situation. This is like wonderful.
Opportunity.
It's opportunity.
Opportunity
becomes an advantage.
By having foresight with the middle finger path, you can ritualistically and spellcraft create readied situations, no matter what snake oil they're selling you. No, I'm going to transmute it alchemically, add it to my own, and not allow you to tax any of it back.
Yes, absolutely. And the beauty of the middle finger path is, if you perform it masterfully in front of an audience, it'll blow everybody's mind. They're going to say, oh my God, what was that shit you just did? Please teach us. Because they can see the effect, the power of the middle finger path. How masterfully, like a goddamn ninja, you turn this whole thing on its head and send the oil salesman packing. Please teach us the middle finger path. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, please do spread the word. Spread this ninja skill, the middle finger technique.
Go ahead.
One of the greatest things the snake oil salesman likes to do is misdirection. And what does the middle finger do? It says, I see your misdirection, and I'm putting it right back into the center, and I'm not going to allow you to beat around the bush and sell me something by beating around the bush and saying it's a good product, you need it. Whatever it is.
Here's another technique that they do. Is like, where's this middle finger path leading to? It's just leading to apathy, and it's leading to indifference, and you become numb as a result of it. This is the political snake oil salesman. And you tell them, come, you put your arm around their shoulder. You see that sun up there? It doesn't care what you think with the middle finger, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't care what you think. You see the grass down there? It doesn't care what you think. Okay? It doesn't care about whatever you think.
Is that deer a Democrat?
I don't care what you think.
Is that deer a Democrat? Is that bear a Republican? Okay. And with the middle finger path, it allows you to have the sovereign right to take the piss out of the salesman so that they've got to go back to salesman school and learn better techniques.
And the fact of the matter is they won't learn better techniques. And you know that you're off the middle finger path when when you start feeling that tension that people want you to feel. And so once you feel that tension, you look at that middle finger, let it be your guide, let it be your center.
Your compass.
Right? All roads point to the center.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Looking at the fingers, extreme right, extreme left, little to the right, little to the left, and the sacred neutral.
Mm-hmm.
So the middle finger path isn't just a mechanism of protecting and maintaining your sovereignty. It's a corrective mechanism that gets rid of all the bullshit in the quote-unquote reality that is enforced upon the masses. Mm-hmm. For you to see reality as it really is, seeing through the bullshit, cutting through all of it, seeing the dynamics.
As well as using the power of laughter to diffuse the hard energy they're trying to hit with you like a wrecking ball.
Ain't that the truth? Right? There's nothing more dispelling than a hearty laugh. There isn't. And as I said in a previous broadcast, you guys some of you spiritual people take yourselves so seriously. There is laughter in this world. Okay? I would know I laugh all the time. Yes. Okay? And so we want you guys to send this broadcast to anyone who needs to see it. Because I guarantee you, every one of you listening to this broadcast has a family member or a friend that needs to understand that all that left and right bullshit has to come back to center one day, some way, somehow. And the healthiest path is right there on your hand, looking at you every day, right? You use it to stir your coffee, and you don't even realize it. It's right there. This wonderful finger can be yours to claim as sovereignty, right? And so please send this video to as many people as you can. Please do us a favor and do the world a favor, right? Yeah. Reclaim the middle finger path, and please spread the word that the middle finger is where you can find yourself again and reclaim your energy. I'm going to let you guys have the last word on this.
So, snake oil salesmen, are they using a perverted form of the middle finger path?
Well,
what are they doing? Warped version. Yeah, warped reality. And we are unwarping it every time we put up the middle finger to the snake oil.
By pointing out the emperor has no clothes. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the middle finger path is not about fight. It's about the absence of fight. Sun Tzu.
Yes.
You conquer by not fighting.
Right.
And so don't get caught in that warped nonsense.
Yes.
Absolutely. Emma, you have anything else to say on this subject?
Yeah, the ability to, the middle finger path gives you the ability to point out how ridiculous things are that are warped, that are unreal, that are fake reality, by saying, okay, the emperor has no clothes, and laughing at it, diffusing it, not just diffusing it, transmuting it for your own benefit, for your own strength, for your own evolution. And then passing on the word. It's like the 100 monkeys thing. First 100 monkeys learn something, and then all the monkeys learn it. Let the middle finger path be one of those skills that all us monkeys, all us naughty monkeys learn how to do and become better for it. Learning how to use tools for the first time. That's what evolved our species. Let this be the tool that helps us along the path of further evolution, the middle finger path.
Okay, guys.
Well, let me finish this. So when you get to the point where you realize that the middle finger path is something we're using as a joke-like comedy, but as real truth. Because we as each individual teachers can apply the truths to just about any situation. And the middle finger path has such an obvious teaching process to it. And as I said earlier, it literally started as a complete random joke that jumped up, but now it's taken on its own evolution. And I'm going to give a trigger warning. How would all of you feel if the middle finger path was one of those little 6x6 bathroom books or on your counter table book? Is it something that can be turned into a powerful global teaching tool? If it were programmed, if it were marketing, the whole 9 yards about it, just like all those other things. And then should we do it?
Ain't that the truth? I want you guys to actually give us feedback on this one.
That is the Middle Finger Path book a middle finger to the entire industry? Yes, it is. It is.
Mm-hmm. Because we just did a show on spiritual narcissists, and they need the middle finger as well.
Mm-hmm.
We need to give them the middle fingers, yeah, as well. All right, stop getting.
Viva la resistance with the middle finger. Power to the insurrectionists.
Excellent. Guys, well, that's been our show for today. Please, please, please send this video to as many people as you can, and recommend it, because we're trying to push back against the tide of ignorance that is taking over the spiritual community and taking over our world in general. We would like people back to a stage where they're like just chilled and at peace with each other. Okay? So, guys, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Take care, guys.
All right, thanks, Luke.